I don't know if you heard about this, but a local group that helps inner city children enjoy fishing has been robbed of all of its tackle.
Such a disappointment to so many of the kids and to the program itself. Gail is live in Cerritos. We know you've been a big booster of this program. How can people help?
Well, we discovered Dan Hernandez, Sport Fishing with Dan Hernandez, at the Fred Hall Fishing Show we cover all the time in Long Beach, and then we followed him to this location. Remember this, May 12th, we were in East Los Angeles because we learned from Dan that he also teaches youngsters how to fish. Dan, we found out from you Halloween weekend that that kind of experience might be in jeopardy because your truck here got broken into, got robbed.
Right, what happened was our truck was parked here all the time, was stolen, and our youth foundation, this is our heart and soul. This is where we keep all our equipment, our canopies, our ice chests, our fishing rods.
And show them the damage. These guys really, we can't even move the truck. We had to push it a little bit because they just ripped out your steering column here, is that right?
Right, they tore out the steering column, they found some way to hot wire it, they broke all this up. They tore out the locks on the other side. Our little stereo system is gone, which isn't the important part. Important part is we use this vehicle to get all our equipment and goods to the lake so we can provide the free fishing experience for the kids.
So does this mean an end to the to those kind of activities too?
No, we're hoping really, we're working really hard and seeing what we can do, borrow friends' trucks or try to raise some money so we have to rent a truck, but we need to have the event on the 20th.
All right, Michaela asked how people can help. Here's the information. We're going to put it on the screen here for you. Where are you, Dan? Just slide up here. There's the address and the phone number. We're going to talk with you a little more about this event that's coming up. Next year, we're going to show you more of the damage here because people have no idea how much stuff is gone and how much it takes to do this sort of thing. Again, we'll talk with Dan more next hour and show you more of the damage and show you how you can help and talk about this November 20th event. Let's go to Henry DeCarlo's check on the weather. Henry?
TV personality and avid angler Dan Hernandez has introduced tens of thousands of kids to fishing through his youth foundation. However, recently that program took a big hit.
Yeah, Gail Anderson live in Cerritos with more on how we can help Dan and the kids. Gail.
Yes, we're outside of Dan's offices here in Cerritos because we wanted to show you how extensive the damage is. We've been hanging out with Dan. Let's show you a little tape here. Ever since we first heard about him at the Fred Hall Fishing Show, and actually produced a piece out on the water with Dan. This is the kind of thing he does with adults as well as kids, his sport fishing program. And then we also learned from that experience that take a look at this, he does things in town. This in East LA where we were actually fishing. Dan, we were in Lincoln Park.
Right,
I didn't even know there were fish in there.
Yeah, and you hooked yourself.
Yeah, we'll talk about that later. But the problem is during the Halloween weekend, someone vandalized your truck and the equipment you need to do that.
Right, we normally park this truck right here where my Suburban is. They came here, they stole our truck, they broke right in here, pulled out the whole lock, and they hot wired it, broke the whole steering column, tore up the steering wheel.
Oh my gosh.
Just
so they
really
took the whole truck
it.
when they robbed you, right?
Right, and this is the heart and soul of our youth foundation. This is all our goods, everything that we own for the foundation, except for some of the rods and reels, but all the hard gear, our generators, our barbecues, our ice chests, our pop-ups.
All right, let's take a look Let's take a look in the back. We want to show people that the truck, we've been pushing it because of the damage. They can't even drive the truck, so the truck is no good to Dan. So I don't know how you're going to put together this thing the 20th, but we'll talk about it in a moment. And inside, as you mentioned, everything that you need to put together these free events for kids in the inner city, gone except what? Some vests? Yeah. What was in here?
Well, these are our branded vests where the volunteers have our logos, so they didn't take that. We had 10 canopies. 3 of them were all branded, the big Easy Ups with our logo.
What would they do with that stuff? They can't sell it. It's got your logo all over it.
No, what people that steal like that don't think. They just take stuff. They took our 2 generators. They took our beautiful barbecue. And we cooked for 1,000 kids, free hot dogs. And Pepsi gives us all the soft drinks. So that wasn't in there, but we lost everything.
All right, let us explain how people can help. Here's the information. Dan, what do you need? Fishing poles as well, I would imagine, I guess.
Well, we only need a few fishing poles because we still have over 200 that we had at different locations. What we really need are the the generators, the pop-ups, ice chests, a nice barbecue that we cook at least 50 hot dogs at a time, because we're cooking for 1,000 kids at most events.
Speaking of 1,000 kids, here's some information about an event, question mark, you're still trying to do for November 20th in Long Beach. Is that going to happen now?
It's going to happen, because when we started this foundation over 10 years ago, we didn't have any of the equipment. We've been blessed to have a truck, to have all equipment, to make the events even better for the kids, but we're not walking away from the kids.
All right, so essentially we have to kind of start all over here.
Yeah, it's starting from
scratch.
scratch.
All right, let's see what we can do. We've gotten a donation from Alex Darson, one of our writers, an avid fisherman. He brought some fishing poles to give to me, so I've delivered those to you, and we'll see what else we can scrounge up for you. More next day. We're going to go to Long Beach to take a look at the park and the kind of thing he's going to try to make happen the 20th, okay? Back to you in the studio.
Maybe somebody out there can help. That would be so great.
Yeah.
All right, we want to tell you about a place that's mission is to educate kids on the fundamentals of fishing, good sportsmanship, safety, and fun. But the free fishing experience is in danger of not happening.
Yeah, Gail Anderson is live in Long Beach with more on how we can all help. Gail, this just seems like such a great program. What can we do?
This is so relaxing just to be here in the park. Yes, we are with some youngsters who are out fishing, the kind of thing that's going to happen November 20th because of the Dan Hernandez Youth Fishing Foundation. But what you see going on now might be in jeopardy. Dan's been doing this a while. Let me show you a little bit of footage here. He does this with adults as well as kids, and it's not just in town. He will take you out on a boat. If you don't know much, he doesn't care. He will get you out there to show you how to do it. We first met him, take a look at this clip, May 12th, to see what his in-town program is like. This was in East Los Angeles. Dan, you have another program coming up November 20th, possibly. We'll explain why we're saying possibly in a moment. And if you're an adult or if you're a kid and you're thinking, fishing is so corny, who cares? I was thinking that when this happened. Take a look. This happened in May when I actually hooked myself.
Yes, you did.
That hurt. And I learned not to handle a fishing pole that way ever again. But there's been a problem. A Halloween weekend. Take a look at this footage. The vehicle and the equipment you use to make these free fishing events happen vandalized.
Everything was taken. Our barbecues, our ice chests,
they
our
trashed
pop-ups.
the truck. The truck doesn't even run
The truck
anymore.
doesn't drive. They tore up the whole steering column. You can't even lock the truck. Everything's just a mess with it. And that's our lifeblood for putting on these events. We got to get all our gear down here.
So here's the problem. You've got an event you're planning similar to this here. Where are we? El Dorado Park now?
El Dorado Park in Long Beach, California.
And this lake is beautiful. What are you catching here?
It's going to be stocked with about 8,000 rainbow trout and catfish.
Yeah.
And we're going to have at least 1,500 kids here at the event. And that's why it's so important that we replace our stuff.
But if that stuff doesn't get replaced, the event is November 20th. What happens?
You have to believe. I mean, we have to replace that stuff, and we're working really hard to get it replaced so kids like this aren't disappointed. They can come out here, and for lots of kids, it's going to be the first time they've ever experienced fishing. And being in the inner city, I mean, they don't understand that fishing's a possibility.
Wait, I want to ask this young man here. Look, he's very focused. Oh, let me ask the young lady first. Look at her face. She's like, ew. Have you ever been fishing before, madam?
Yes, I have.
Oh, excuse me. Have you caught anything?
Yes, I have.
Do you know what you caught?
Trout.
Did you eat it?
Yep.
Was it good?
Yep.
Well, you know, I might have to come out here with you and get my groceries.
She's getting a bite right now.
Is she? How can you tell?
Her line was moving. Here, check it real quick.
All right, go ahead.
Here, check yours too.
Oh, this is...
There it comes.
Look at that. What is that? Is that a
It's a catfish.
Oh, yeah, because that's how I look before I get a lip wax. That's how I recognize the... How cool is that?
This is what the kids will be catching: catfish and rainbow trout will both be stocked.
So this is why we're talking to you this morning. Here's the information about the foundation. This is where people can contact you if they want to donate and try to help you out, because you lost about, do you have a value on what was lost?
Around 20,000, 25,000.
Dan, come on. I think this young man's got something here. Here, hold that, baby. Hold on. Hold that. We got another one. And here's the information about the event coming up November 20th if everything comes together the way you need to.
Yeah, your fish got stuck there.
That's going to be, again, here in Long Beach.
At El Dorado Park.
All right. Look at what can happen. Hang on to that.
It's free, but the city's charging $7 for parking.
That's right. The event is free. City charges $7. We got our fingers crossed. We're going to put the word out to see what we can do to make sure this happens for you and the kids. Oh, yeah! This is...
Bring it in, bring it in. There you go.
Woo, I'm hungry. That's what it's all about, Dan. Back to you in the studio. Do what you can. This is why you do it, for the kids.
Absolutely, and it really does make a difference. All the sportsmanship. Help out if you can.
Yeah. Can your children fish? Well, she's learning how to fish thanks to a program that might be in jeopardy because of a Halloween weekend robbery. Details when we come back. Boy, that's a big one.
TV personality and avid angler Dan Hernandez has introduced tens of thousands of kids to fishing through his youth foundation, but the program, it took a big hit.
Now, Gail Anderson is in Long Beach with more on how to help.
Fishing with kids, what could be more fun? It's the kind of fun that Daniel Hernandez and his youth foundation have been providing for more than 15 years. But we're learning from Dan that this opportunity might be in jeopardy because you're telling us that your truck, your equipment was vandalized Halloween weekend. Is that right?
That's correct. We lost all our equipment, all our gear, generators, pop-ups, ice chests, all our cooking supplies, everything's gone.
And as we can see in this footage here, the truck is severely damaged. I mean, you can't even start it. Everything was pulled out of the dashboard.
Right, everything, it's not safe to drive. You can't start it. You have to hot wire it to try to get it to run. And
where did they find the truck? Where did the police find the truck?
The police found it not too far away in City of Paramount.
And they had to tow it back to your offices.
Right.
So what happens? You've got an event coming up here in Long Beach. We're at El Dorado Park on the lake here.
Right.
And they stock this with catfish?
Right,
trout?
we're going to be stocking it with catfish and trout. And we work with the City of Long Beach and with Fish and Game Department and stock and provide an opportunity for the kids to come out here and try their hand at fishing.
And what we see going on this afternoon is the kind of thing that will go on November 20th. It's free for the kids.
Right.
$7 for parking, but this might not happen at all if that equipment can't get replaced or if you don't have a truck to put it in.
Right, that's part of the problem. It's even to bring 1,500 sodas for the kids, for the hot dogs and all that, we don't have a vehicle to even get that stuff here, much less all the fishing equipment and tackle and the barbecue equipment and all that. So yeah, we're hurting right now.
But you're still putting the word out that you're going to do this out here.
No, because we are. We're going to find a way. You know, before we were blessed with all that stuff, we still did events. We had a lot smaller crowds, but we know we're going to have over 1,000 kids at this event on the 20th. So we're just reaching out to everybody we can to replace that stuff.
What will you need? Fishing poles?
We have enough fishing poles, I think, now with the donations we already got. What we need is cooking equipment, generators, pop-ups, ice chests.
Barbecue grills? They took those too?
They took everything out of the vehicle. Nothing's left. Nothing.
All right, well, here's the information if you'd like to make a donation in some way, shape, or form to help this event get on the 20th. And here's the information about the November 20th. Again, it's free for the kids.
It's all free for the kids.
The parents have to pay for parking.
Right. City of Long Beach. It's $7. But it's all free for the kids. Lots of fish to catch. Lots of education.
All right, let's see if we caught something right now. Did we get a little nibble here?
Yeah, she was getting a bite.
All right, back to you in the studio. Do what you can to help. Youngsters fishing here at El Dorado Regional Park hope they'll be able to do this Saturday at the Free Fishing Derby, an event that's in jeopardy because the Dan Hernandez Youth Foundation was robbed. Take a look at the truck. The inside of the truck totally destroyed and all of the merchandise in the truck needed for the event gone. But people are stepping up to help. One of them, Colby Shea of Badger Controls. Dan was telling me there were generators in that truck. They're gone. You're able to replace them for them?
Yeah, we were able to replace the generator for them and give them a check for $1,000 and try and help out as much as we could.
Do you fish?
Yeah, I do. I love to fish. It's been a huge part of our family, and it's good to see them putting on this event for all the youngsters around our area. So it's really nice.
And that's why you decided to give them a holler and say we can help you with this, huh?
Yeah, absolutely.
Now, a few moments ago, we talked about the Daniel Hernandez Youth Foundation truck. Well, here it is. It had been vandalized, as we mentioned, but Chevrolet Montebello decided to step in. Ted Eck, general manager, and Mark Terrazas. First of all, Ted, you thought you could handle this. It was a bad job.
Oh, it looked terrible, but this is something we knew we could do, and we donated the parts, and actually our lead mechanic donated his time to repair this, and it was a very big job, and maybe Mark can tell you a little more about it.
Yeah, it was in pretty bad condition, and being the fact that the part was discontinued, it made it a little more complicated, but the technician was able to rebuild it.
So you had to make parts for the truck?
Yes.
Okay, well, let's check and see how this worked out. Dan is in the truck. He's so excited. He just wanted to jump in. It looks good to have all your parts back inside the truck, huh?
Yes, it looks totally different.
All right, should we test? Are we ready?
Start it up.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
That's like a top. Just like it should.
He's back in business, and back in business for this Saturday, it looks like. You think?
We are. Thanks to your help, the people of Montebello dealership, I mean, all the viewers out there, thanks to all your support. Kids are not going to be disappointed this weekend. We have over 2,000 kids here. It's going to be awesome.
And we want to thank Chevrolet Montebello again. This was a lot of work that you
we're
did in
just-
a little bit of time.
We're pleased to be able to do this. It's a really important thing that he's doing with the kids, and we support it entirely, and we're very happy to help.
Yeah, and it's always good to help.
All right, here's the information. Speaking of help, here's the information about the Dan Hernandez Youth Foundation. And then here's the information about the fishing derby, which looks like it's gonna happen this week. And then when you go to our website, all of the companies and individuals who've donated to help make this happen this Saturday will be listed there in case you want to talk to them about doing business with them. Congratulations, gentlemen, and thank you so much. Back to you in the studio. Good going.
Throughout the years, the Dan Hernandez Youth Foundation has introduced tens of thousands of kids to the sport of fishing.
But boy, did they hit a speed bump here. Gail live in Long Beach with the story. Hey, Gail.
Yes, we're at El Dorado Regional Park. What you're seeing now, we hope will happen this Saturday. There's supposed to be a free fishing derby here put together by the Dan Hernandez Youth Foundation, but there's been a problem. Take a look at this. He got vandalized, robbed Halloween weekend. There's the truck. But some of you are starting to step in and help replace some of the things that were stolen and some of the damage that was done. Take a look at this. The truck is being repaired following our report last week. Who's doing that? We'll tell you a little bit later. Also, young people are stepping up. Here's the Puma Anglers out of Southgate. They have been passing the piggy bank to raise money for Dan, and they made that donation this morning. Then take a look at this. People are showing up while we're out here this morning, writing checks or donating the change from their pockets to help Dan with this event Saturday. And then there are people like Colby Shea, Badger Controls. Hi, Colby.
Hi.
You heard that Dan's generators that he needs for this event got stolen.
Yeah, we'd heard that and a few other things, and fishing is really important to my family, so we decided that, you know, it was time to step in and donate, help them out, and it's really unfortunate that stuff like this happens, but it's good to see a lot of people come together and help them out.
And you're one of them. You donated a generator and some money?
A generator and a $1,000 check, yes.
Thank you. Thank you. Also, we want you to meet, and I'm a little overwhelmed. We also want to mention Easy Up because Dan is here. You said your tents were stolen as well, right?
Right,
Dan?
all 10 of them. And the owners of Easy Up called us during the last segment, and they offered to replace them all last week. So thank you all at Easy Ups for doing that. It's a big expense, the custom ones and all the regular ones.
And then we need to introduce our new friend here. This is John Stoker.
Yes.
John is with the California Foundation for Stronger Communities. Did I get that right, John?
Sure did. Thank you so much.
He
Gail.
drove up from Carlsbad. He drove up from Carlsbad this morning. Here, let me get between you. I don't want to leave anybody out this morning. And John, your foundation decided to make a donation?
Yes, sure did. The California Foundation for Stronger Communities met last Friday, and one of our board members had seen the segment last week and decided that, you know, the program for kids needed to go on. And so on behalf of the board of the Foundation for Stronger Communities, Dan, I'd like to present you a check for $20,000 to ensure that the event goes on as planned, and thank you for all the work that you do for the kids. It's fabulous.
Thank you very much.
$20,000?
$20,000. We're just thrilled to be a part of all the work that Dan does. So.
And this is because one of your board members, you were telling me, saw the story?
Yes, Debbie Moreno, she actually works in the city of Anaheim but lives by here, and saw the segment and just realized that the kids needed to have this event, and actually she and her husband are going to participate in the event to help out also. So.
Wow. Thank you so much.
You are very welcome.
Thank you. Yikes. Dan, are you going to be able to do this Saturday, you think?
Oh, no, we're doing it for sure. We're definitely having the event, and I can't thank the viewers at KTLA enough. Gail Anderson for stepping forward. It wasn't for the help of all of you, it wouldn't have happened. But thanks to all your support, people like John stepping forward, Easy Up, Dick's Sporting Goods, Cabela's, Sports
Badger
Chalet,
Controls.
everybody. You know, Big Five Sporting Goods, everybody's stepping up, giving us some product, and we're going to have it for the kids. And I wouldn't be surprised if we have over 2,000 kids this Saturday.
Oh, my gosh. Well, you have to thank my bosses for letting me grab crew and equipment to come out here and talk to you about this.
Well, thank
and
you,
again,
everybody.
thank you, John.
Thank you so much,
Thank you,
Gail.
Colby, and thank everybody else. There's some people behind you who've made donations because this will
Awesome.
happen.
A heartfelt
about the
thank you to
kids,
all of
providing
our
opportunity
viewers.
for them.
Thank you
Come
so
catch
much,
some
everybody.
fish.